Hello, this is the Songbird. I want to give respect to all the people we love that have passed, all of them. Some in the media and some who are not in the media. Okay, I want to give my respect to everyone, and it's all of us who lost someone. Right now, all of us that are still breathing, we need to eat. And I want to show you this little way. I learned something when I was younger, about 9, 10. I had been watching my friend Loretta, that's her real name. When I was in Alabama, her mom made cornbread on top of the stove. Now, as you can see, this is a cast iron cast iron skillet. I think it's 9 by 12 inches round, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, right now I'm just letting this bacon slowly render in this skillet. Make sure it's well seasoned, so to speak, on the sides and everything. Because see, when I mix up my batter after this gets done doing what it needs to do, which is going to take about 10 minutes, because see, actually it's on 2. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put the timer on. See, because it's going to cook 100% on top of the stove. This country cornbread I'm about to make. Okay, so I'm going to set this timer for an hour. And what I'm going to be left with is, I'll check it in 45 minutes. And what I'm going to be left with in this skillet will be just the oil, out of all of the oil that's going to come out of this bacon slowly. This is just normal bacon, Oscar Mayer or whatever. I don't, just choose what you like, whatever you have available. If you have the thick bacon, the thick sliced or prosciutto, it doesn't matter. Just something, you don't even have to use pork. You could use whatever you want, but this is the recipe for Alabama. And you can improvise if you'd like. Okay. The point of this show is just to show you how to make cornbread on top of the stove. It's really not about the ingredients. Okay. But this works pretty good. This is how I learned, by watching. No one actually gave me instructions. I visit my girlfriend's house when I was little. We were both the same age, a month apart. I wasn't, I was kind of like a loner, but I had my friends that I would play with for a little while and then go off on my own. I always ended up going off on my own to do my own thing, mostly with nature in the woods, just checking out the nature, enjoying nature. And most of my friends didn't do that. They just wouldn't want to do that. So we would have a good time, and and then I'd come in their house. They always want to go in their house, whatever, and you see their grandma cooking or their mother cooking or whatever. Maybe they have you wait. The door is by the kitchen, so you have to wait until they go in their room and get whatever they want to get, unless you're spending the night. You're not all up in their room all the time. Not every time. Well, hi, this is the Songbird cooking. So what I did was rendered the bacon. And now, just a minute, please. This is the Songbird cooking. I'm a little high, stressed a little bit, but it's okay. We have to try to control our emotions, not let our emotions control us. We have to keep trying. I was just outside taking pictures of the sky, and the beautiful, it just started raining down. I was sitting on the porch. In between this As you can see, it's rising. And again, this is a skillet, cast iron skillet. I think this is magnified because I magnify it to take pictures of the sky. So what I did was I took some cornbread mix. You can make it by scratch, but I took some cornbread cornbread mix, country cornbread mix. I won't say which brand. And I added I used about a cup of cornbread mix and a cup of flour, all-purpose flour. And I took the bacon out, crumbled it up. As you can see, it's in the cornbread mix. And as you can also see that it's pulling away from the sides. Because see, this is a cast iron skillet pan. And what it does is, I'm sorry, cast iron skillet. Yeah, whatever. And what it does is it reacts to your food like it's in the oven. That's why a lot of people love these. It looks like I was on the porch a little bit too long taking pictures, because I can see now it's going to be a little lopsided because the floor is slanted. So I see, as you can see, it's pulling away from this side. I had it turned the other way, so it's going to even out now, because I want it to be kind of as even as possible all the way around so that it gets done all at the same time. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a plate on top of this cast iron skillet and let it finish cooking. I took the oil out of the pan, put it into the cornbread mix with the flour, 2 eggs, and milk is what I used. I did not use anything else but that. Beat it together. I don't have a conventional mixer. I prefer I like using the mixers to make bread dough or whatever, but really right now, just for this, I wanted to just do the old-fashioned 50 strokes with the spoon, because it has a different texture than using the blender or mixer or whatever. I prefer this texture. This is the good old-fashioned melt in your mouth texture. I don't like it when it's too I don't know the word right now. I'm a little rattled by the beautiful pictures I just took surrounding the sun and the clouds and the rain that just came down. So I'm going to put a plate on top of this right now. It's going to be great. This is going to be really, really good. Alright, let's see. And there we go. So I'm going to leave this plate on here. You see it just still has a little dipper right there. You can still see the bread, right? I'm still learning how to use this camera. So you can still see because of that little dip right there. So it's not completely tight, and so, which is good. It can let some steam escape from that hole. That way the bread won't be damp and gooey on the inside. We don't want that. The rest of it is sealed, right? That's what I'm gonna time it. Not sure. Let's see. Like I said, I was about 9 years old. I haven't done this for a long time. I haven't done this for a really long time. Let's see. Wait a minute. It's been a few years since I actually did this on top of the stove. I'm going to check it in 35 minutes. Let's see what happens. It's been a really long time, so memory is good sometimes, but different stove, you got a different stove, different pot, same skillet, kind of skillet pan, but it's not the same skillet, it's not the same stove. You have to take all that in consideration, so I'm going to come back and check it about that time. This is the songbird. So the stove was calling me, as you can see. So I think, let's see what happened. Let's see what's going on here. As you can see, the plate is wet. You see that? That's why I was glad that I had the little dip right here. See, that helps. Basically, it's lifting up like easy. Ooh. Actually, it's done. It's a nice flavor, but it's not done on the top part, as you can see. So, and see, this part takes a real serious precision. And what I have to do is, I'm gonna have to put the phone down for this, and I'm gonna have to flip it over. I'm gonna have to flip it over. See, you can see, it bounced back a little bit. Just see it, my finger left a little compression. So, I just need to flip it over for like 10 minutes. Alright? It's going to take me a second. So what I'm going to do, I just remembered the plate. I'm going to dry this plate off. I'm going to use this plate to flip the cornbread. That's going to take a little. You see, I dried off all the water. Okay, put the plate on the pan, right? Whether it's a pan or a skillet, whatever. Just like when you make a cake, you know, you flip it over onto the plate, right? Some of us do it that way. It's the best way to flip this cornbread over because, I mean, you don't want to use a spatula or spoon or whatever. You see how when I just checked it with the knife just now, it just kind of fell apart. It's very tender. It's really good too. I did eat that little piece. Just about cooked completely through. Just want to get the top of it just right. So I'm gonna flip this pan over and make the bread go onto the plate. It'll take me 1 second. And as you can see, I flipped it out of the pan, flipped the pan right over, put the plate right on top, and now take the plate and just slide this off the plate into the pan. There it is, it's flipped over. Now, let that have about, I'll say about, let's put this back on it because we don't want it to be hard. Okay, so it's still on low, very low. Always keep it on low. Don't put it on 1, don't put it on 2. And remember, because it's a cast iron pan, it's baking it just like if it was in the oven. So I'm gonna put this timer on again. This time it's just gonna be for 10 minutes because I want it to be done 12, 13, the magic number. Okay, I want it to be done on the top, on the inside, because the piece I just tasted, it was perfect. But like maybe just micro inches on the top. It's not done. It's definitely in the middle. I want the middle to be 100% done. You know? So this would be the time when if you wanted to have butter flavor, you could put butter on it, but I wouldn't really suggest it to be as healthy because there's already bacon and the bacon oil in it. It has a delicious flavor. Oh, it's really delicious. Alright, I'll come back to check on that when the timer calls me.